Hello and welcome back into the FCS Huddle. I'm Elliot Schall with the senior editor for Stats, Craig Haley. Now, Craig, we've been talking a lot about conferences, especially over the last few weeks, and including the last segment where we talked about the Missouri Valley Conference. And this late in the season, you're seeing a lot of conference play. Now, obviously, that's kind of go into where teams end up fading and kind of going up and down the rankings, the polls, and getting into the FCS playoff. Now, where do you see some of these teams in the conference play? What teams can you kind of say are in the driver's seat?
Sure.
And who's not?
Well, I guess we should never get ahead of ourselves, but let's get ahead of ourselves. I look at there's a bunch of teams that are alone in first place. I mean, you can share a conference title, obviously.
Of course.
If you looked at the Big South, Charleston Southern and Coastal Carolina, Charleston Southern's up with a 2-0 record. Those teams are really looking strong because Liberty, the team that was supposed to be there, has 2 league losses. I think on Halloween that Coastal at Charleston Southern winner is really in great shape. The driver's seat. I think there's several conferences. I mean, if you look at the Southland, McNeese has really built a nice lead, and if they beat Sam Houston at home next month, they'll be head of the playoffs with the automatic bid in that conference. I think last weekend in the SWAC, Grambling not only beating Alcorn State in a matchup of the division winners, Prairie View went on to beat Southern. That was just great for Grambling. I mean, because Grambling's already beaten Prairie View. I think they're in good shape for making their conference title game. I think there's just teams that are looking in good shape. I mean, Chattanooga, they're 3-0, tied with the Citadel. They're the defending champs. They know how to win. I'd have to say they're in the driver's seat as long as they beat the Citadel.
All right, and like you said, this time of the year is when these conference teams, they conference play, they beat up each other.
Yeah.
And now you look at some of these teams that are in first place, who's kind of, may not be sitting there very pretty for the long haul. Who could really be in trouble?
Great question. I think James Madison is the perfect example, believe it or not. This weekend, ESPN is bringing College Game Day to James Madison.
I love it when they do that.
Yes, and everybody's probably excited. They're alone in first place, but they have to go out and win this game against Richmond.
Right.
Richmond is also undefeated, a half a game back, on a nice run, 5 straight wins. Jamie, you can't forget that because after that, they go to William & Mary, they go to Delaware, which can be tricky at times, hosting Villanova, which is a good team, just doesn't have John Robertson anymore. James Madison is probably in good shape, but they need to remember they got to get it done on the field. Another scenario, I think Dayton, they're out in front in the Pioneer League. They're 6-0, 3-0 in the league. At the same time, they have a tough schedule at the end of the year. And Connor Casher, their all-league running back, the player of the year last year, he's now out with a knee injury for the rest of his career. He's a redshirt senior. Those are teams that are out in front. They look good, but I'm just saying you have to take it week by week and win those games.
Absolutely. So hold on for a second. If College Game Day is going to be, covering some FCS play this week, we're going to have you be Lee Corso. Now, I know we don't really have any heads to put on, but do you see Corso maybe putting on a spider head this weekend or what?
I'm saying he goes with the home crowd.
Okay.
He'll be going Dukes, I'm pretty sure.
All right. Well, there you have it. All the conference play, and to stay focused and to really, stay on top of everything FCS, be sure to check out the website, fcs.football. Also on Twitter, at FCS_stats, and then always follow Craig, at Craig Haley. That's going to do it for us today. I'm Elliot Schall. Thanks for watching.